that sounds terrible, guys. Will Robinson here from Robinson's Auto, toolsandtime.com. Welcome back. You ever have a rattle in your engine? Weren't sure where it's coming from? Well, in this video I'm going to show you a quick way to isolate the sound and get a general idea where it's coming from. That way you can start tearing into it. Alright, come on in, let me show you. Okay, in this video I'll be demonstrating this on a 2007 Dodge Avenger. And as you heard before, it's got a pretty loud engine noise. And it's not necessarily in the engine, it could be something in the accessories, the power steering, the alternator, or idler pulley. But we got to determine what it is. So I'll show you a couple methods that I use to go about isolating the source, and hopefully this will help you out. That's a 2.4. Okay, during this procedure we're going to be doing this while the engine's running, so I can't emphasize enough. Safety first, guys. You don't want to put your fingers anywhere around moving parts, so you're going to have to do this at your own risk. And test equipment we're going to be using, you want to be careful where you place them. Bad things can happen if you don't pay attention, so safety first. Okay, of course the first thing you're going to do is determine whereabouts in the engine this noise is coming from. Sometimes it's a very hard thing to do because the noise travels. And to me it sounds like it's coming from the accessory side of the engine over where the power steering, the alternator, and all your idler pulleys reside. So the first test I'm going to demonstrate is with a stethoscope. Pretty much it's just like a stethoscope to check your heartbeat with. However, this is an automotive stethoscope, so it has a metal rod attached to it. And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to take and put on our stethoscope. We're going to probe around, and this will tell us where, and you listen for the change in the tone and the louder it gets to the source. You just want to take your stethoscope, be careful where you place it, put it around anything that moves. I'm going to start here at the power steering pump. I wish I had a way to let you guys hear what this sounds like. I got an idler pulley right down here. Got a little bit of noise on that, not much. Another idler right down here. You got to be careful the tighter spot you get, guys. That one don't sound bad at all. Got the water pump down here in the back. That don't sound bad. Let's come over here and check the alternator. Oh wow, guys, really loud right there. You'll know it right away as soon as you hit it. I don't know if you can see down there to the AC compressor. Coming from that alternator. Alright, so now, what if you don't have a stethoscope, you might be asking? Well, all you got to do then is get yourself something long and metal. Like I said, the noise travels through metal, and that's why it's so hard to isolate the problem sometimes. So get yourself like a long pry bar, long screwdriver, something of that nature, and pretty much perform the same test we did with the stethoscope. What you do, screwdriver, your pry bar, right like this. And then put your ear to it. You kind of make a cup with your hand. And this works really well, guys. And you pretty much go around to the same spot. things you could do to help isolate it. If you think it might be coming from, say, the AC compressor, you can turn your AC compressor on, see if the noise changes, whether it's running or not. The alternator, turn your headlights on, put it under a load. Sometimes you can hear a change in it. The power steering, sometimes if you crank it to one side all the way to its lock, you'll hear a change when it's under a load. But I hope those couple techniques help you guys out, and I'm pretty convinced we found the source of the noise. And I just noticed something looking down in there. Let me get a light and show you. Okay guys, I don't know how good you can see it, but if you look down right behind that pulley on the alternator, see the discoloration? Well, I can almost guarantee you what this problem is. See that pulley that they're using on that? That's what they call a decoupling pulley. It's a technique, it's a type of pulley they use to try to save on gas mileage, so it's not always locked in. Like on deceleration, I believe it disengages and takes the load off the engine. It's an attempt to save gas mileage, and those decoupling pulleys are known for going bad. So stay tuned for the next video. I'll show you how to replace the decoupling pulley and save yourself some money on the alternator. Instead of spending 200 and some bucks for an alternator, you can spend under 100 bucks. I could probably get this one probably for under 50 bucks, and pretty much the same amount of time as it takes to change an alternator. Okay, well that's two techniques you can use for isolating the source of the noise. I found engine knocks all the way to top end noises, to bendixes that were staying engaged where people thought the motor was shot. All kinds of stuff, guys, you can find using just a simple long screwdriver to isolate the source of the problem. I'm telling you, 90% of the times that's what I go for, is the long pry bar to get down into tight spots. And the next thing I usually do is take off the accessory belt. This one has one serpentine belt that runs everything on the accessories, and then I'll know for 100% certainty that it's coming from one of the accessories, and more than likely it is that decoupling pulley. But I'm going to take off the serpentine belt and see if our noise goes away. Okay, prior to removing the accessory belt, it's always good to try to identify the routing of the serpentine belt. So I'm going to be posting one along with this video. However, you see that idler pulley right down there? Well, it takes a 16mm wrench, and we're going to take and turn it counterclockwise to relieve the tension on the belt, and then I'm going to just simply slip it off of the power steering pump. Just take and simply put it on a tensioner, pull it up. Peel the belt off the power steering pump, just like so. Okay, now with the accessory belt removed, I'm going to take and start the vehicle and see if their noise is still there. And as you heard, the noise is no longer there, so it's definitely somewhere in one of our accessories. Okay, and then when I come under, sometimes you can do this from up top depending on what you're working on, but I'll get access to all the pulleys and all the idlers, and I'll take and I'll feel everything. You know, that idler don't feel too bad. There's one more up top. I heard a little bit of noise coming from this one, but it's not too bad. Definitely not what we're hearing. And we got your water pump in the back, your AC compressor, and then the decoupling pulley and the alternator. Now if I spin the alternator, I don't feel anything bad with that. It feels good. But now those decoupling pulleys, they're only made to spin in one direction. So what I do is I take and I give it a few like quick jerks in each direction and try to get it to slip. And it's not slipping the way it should, and plus you could hear it's making noise. So I'm confident we just located our source, and it's that decoupling pulley on that alternator. So that's how I go about finding noises, guys. So I hope that helps, and like always, if you learned anything, please subscribe. Stay tuned.